Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you are having a great day. Today's story includes parental neglect, favoritism between siblings and the consequences of these problems in adulthood. Am I the idiot choosing the golden child over my other sister? I, 26, am the older brother of two sisters, Maya, 19, and Tia, 21. Our parents are complete a-holes, and Maya was their golden child. And honestly, a complete and utter spoiled witch. I get that's harsh to say about a kid, but she was. She got special treatment, and would get away with murder. Our parents basically encouraged it, despite basically leaving me to raise my sisters, so they could enjoy themselves. When I was 18, Tia was 13 and Maya was 11, I moved out. I stayed in contact with Tia, though. I quickly gave up on trying to connect with Maya, honestly. Our parents and Maya were absolutely horrible to Tia while I was gone. So when she was 18, Tia moved out and has stayed with me. I've made her get some therapy and done my best to be a good brother, and she's managed to be a lot happier since. Though after that, I basically didn't see our parents or Maya. However, last November, Maya randomly reached out to us. Tia just ignored it, but Maya is still my little sister, so I gave her a chance. In the time without us, she'd really missed us, and realized just how spoiled and cruel she was acting. Apparently, part of how she treated Tia was jealousy of how I was so close to her, but not Maya, though it obviously doesn't justify it. She had felt guilty for a while, but was scared to reach out, in case we'd reject her. She felt really sincere, and was really apologetic and seemed ashamed. I forgave her, and we started talking a lot. I became close to Maya really quickly. We get along great now, and we're actually pretty similar. Unfortunately, Tia refuses to forgive her, or even respond. I think she's being a little unfair, but I understand how she feels. From talking, I noticed that Maya seems to be having a hard time at home. She wasn't going to say anything, but ended up spilling when I pressed her. Our parents basically turned on her the moment we left. She wasn't the golden child anymore, and had to suffer our parents' BS. Honestly, I'm ashamed to admit, but I never considered how our parents would treat her with us gone. With how horrible our parents are, I wanted to ask her to move in with me. Now, I want to make it clear, I'm the renter. The rental agreement and bills and everything are all under my name. Tia contributes, but since she's still in university and my little sister, it's much less, and unofficial. But when I brought up the idea, Tia was furious. She rejected it. I tried to compromise and talk, but it went nowhere. So in the end, I told Tia I'm offering, and that she can be civil, or I can help her move somewhere else. Maya accepted. She is coming to stay next week, and Tia is pissed, and feels like I'm choosing the golden child over her. But I'm not. Maya is suffering and I want to help. She's a different person now. I understand Tia is hurt, and I get her anger, but Maya also needs me right now. Tia is still angry. And our friends think it was an a-hole move. But Maya is my sister, and I don't think it's wrong to help her. I helped Tia back then too. OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the a-hole. I know Tia was hurt really bad by Maya. It really damaged her and even required therapy. So forcing her to live with Maya again, even if she's changed, might be really unfair and a whole move. Okay, I understand OP, he wants to help his little sister, leave the past behind, move forward, and have her back in his life. I respect that, but unfortunately, she is part of his other sister's suffering past, and she wants distance from Maya and their parents. And I also respect that. So unfortunately, to help one sister, in the way he wants, he will have to disappoint another. OP left home 5 years before Tia did, so he can't truly say everything that happened, and the level of aggression Tia suffered in the years he wasn't there. Also, I really hope Maya is sorry for everything she did. Even though she was a child for most of the time OP and Tia lived with their parents, she already knew the difference between right and wrong. So OP is an idiot because he wants to force Tia to live with her former abuser. I understand that he believes Maya has changed and is sorry, but I don't think that's the right way to help her. Maybe he could help her find a place to live, or see if there's someone he knows and trusts, that might want to share a place with her for now. And then, little by little, Maya and Tia could have some contact, and who knows in the future, with time and coexistence, after both OP and Tia confirm that Maya has changed and really regrets what she did, who knows, maybe they can live together. But not like this, not the way OP is doing. Because in his way, he's basically throwing Tia out of her home, the only home she's ever felt safe in her life, and welcoming there her aggressor. And she doesn't even have a say on it, not really, since like OP said, he is the renter. So Tia's choice is to live with her, quote, evil sister again or live somewhere else. And for this reason OP is an idiot. Also OP replied to the comments and gives more info about the situation. I'd recommend family counseling for the three of you. I did get some a bit after getting away, though not recently. And Tia was getting help consistently until last year. Having one altogether sounds good, but I don't think Tia will take the suggestion well, given everything. But I didn't think of it, and it would probably help if I can convince her, so thanks. Do you think Maya ever would have reached out if your parents hadn't shifted their abuse to her? Even if she wouldn't have asked, without the abuse, I don't think that's fair. She's genuinely changed. It's not just a case of not liking being a victim, but actually realizing that she was acting wrong. She was 11 when I left, and only 15 when Tia did. She was wrong and horrible, but that's not who she is for life. I agree Tia doesn't have to forgive her. I think it would be healthier and positive for both of them, but she doesn't have to. Maybe I was wrong, and I do want to make it up to Tia regardless. But actually caring about my sisters is the opposite of our parents. Sorry, but Tia should get some say who lives with you too, because you invited her abuser into your home. I know it's hard for her. And I understand it's not easy. But Maya is still our sister. It's much more reasonable and possible for a 21-year-old with a nearby job to stay with her friends or get a place of her own, than a 19-year-old who will have to leave everything to come stay here. Maybe I am just being naive and wanting to help everyone though. But it's not about being a hero, I just want both my sisters to be happy. I didn't want to hurt Tia. She had a whole life of being the golden child, so likely she still hasn't gotten a grip on how to live. Like I said, she wasn't treated that way after we left. Without Tia and I, she became the new scapegoat and problem. I do agree she probably doesn't know how to live alone, but she hasn't been spoiled for a few years, the opposite. We've been talking and hanging out, not at my home, obviously, and she's not the same girl. This isn't some brat who just wants to be spoiled, it's a woman who realized how she was acting and wanted to fix it. Honestly, you may be right that I'm being cruel to Tia. I don't want to be though. Why is it worse for her to stay with friends than Maya? I let Tia stay when she moved out, and now I'm letting Maya do the same. And I know that she was horrible to Tia. She completely regrets and wants to make it up to Tia, though I'm not sure if Tia will ever let her. I did try to compromise and try to figure a way to at least start working things out, but she refused. I do like the idea of counseling or a mediator though. I do definitely try to let her know that it's not about choosing, though she clearly doesn't believe it sadly. I hope one day it can work out. The expectations thing makes sense. I have made it clear to Maya that if she treats Tia badly, that I won't be letting her stay. Though maybe in writing will help, even if it feels a bit iffy to have it all formal. The reason it sounded like you were minimizing Tia's trauma is because you said you think it is unfair she hasn't forgiven Maya, and you kind of seem to expect her to live with Maya. Maybe unfair wasn't the best choice of words, but I do think it would be healthier and better for them, especially with how both have grown so much. Neither of them are the same as they used to be. Of course she doesn't have to forgive her. Maybe this is just an ignorant view though. And I do agree roommates aren't great. But if they're not great for Tia, who is friends with them, it's hardly appropriate for Maya, a stranger. Tia is still with me because she prefers it that way, and I don't really mind. Her plan was to move out once she finished university and has a proper job. And I just don't think Maya will really know how to live alone yet. Maybe I'm being a bit selfish overall, I guess. I do admit I would prefer a solution where everyone is happy, even if it seems unrealistic. Well, like I said, I don't take away OP's reason for wanting to help his younger sister, but I don't agree with the way he's doing it, helping one sister at the expense of the other. OP wants to forget the problems of the past and move on, but Tia just wants distance from that past and the people who hurt her. And even though it looks like Maya has changed, she will be a constant reminder, not only of everything Tia went through, but that her parents don't love her. I can't even begin to talk about OP's parents, calling them a-holes is an understatement. But in the end it's OP's apartment and he can do whatever he chooses. I just hope he doesn't regret his decision later. And what do you think of all this? What would you say to OP? Do you agree with what he wants to do for Maya? And what about Tia? Now let's see what the comments say, before going to the update. You are the idiot. Tia is right, you are putting one of her abusers above her. The right thing to do would have been to help Maya find a place to stay, instead of forcing your abused sister to give up her safety. Ask yourself this op, do you think Maya ever would have reached out if your parents hadn't shifted their abuse to her? Also, Maya isn't owed forgiveness simply because she's sorry and remorseful, you owe Tia an apology for even giving her that ultimatum. Your actions are no better than your parents towards her. You are the idiot, sorry but Tia should get some say who lives with you too because you invited her abuser into your home. You might think she needs to forgive and get over it, but guess what, it's not that easy to do and you basically told Tia to deal with it and relive it more. You really come off as wanting to be the hero and help everyone. The best thing you could have done was tell Maya to get therapy and move into her own place. 19 is an adult who can work and live in a shared apartment. You are the idiot, I understand your kind intentions for Maya, but if I were Tia I would never forgive you. Hey, one of your childhood abusers is moving in whether you like it or not, because I suddenly feel like it. Pack your stuff if you don't like it. Wow, you need to think if you're offered to Maya, always having a relationship with Tia at all. You are the idiot, the situation is very complicated, but you invited Tia's abuser into living with her, while basically telling her to get over it, because the ex-golden child is your sister after all. I find it so crushing for Tia, because your action might remind her of the way your parents treated her. So, Maya has a change of heart just in the moment she needs a place to stay? And of course now that Maya wants to be in contact with you, Tia is unimportant and is forced to leave her home without a normal time to find something new. Congratulations, you are like your parents. You are the idiot. Edit. I went to sleep, and didn't expect to wake up to all this. There were so many comments, so I wasn't sure how to respond to everyone, so I just left it to read and thought about it for a while. There are a few things I want to clear up first though. 1. Maya isn't lying about this. I know my parents, and Maya didn't even want to tell me about her issues at home. There is basically no chance it's all a lie. And she has tried to talk and apologize to Tia, Tia just won't let her. I know what she did in the past was horrible, but she isn't just manipulating me to hurt Tia. She genuinely hated how she was, and just wants to live somewhere safe and happy and loved. 2. I get it wasn't enough. But the timeline was admittedly poorly written. We started discussing it last month, she knew about this decision for a couple of weeks. While I now see it was misguided and cruel, it wasn't just a week. 3. I don't know if it's appropriate to go too in depth. But Maya's acts against Tia were verbal and psychological. It was disgusting and I know how deeply it hurt Tia. Our parents were mostly really neglectful, aside from verbal/emotional abuse, and rewarding Maya for being the golden child. Being perfect and cruel meant she would get their love, which neither of us did. Thanks to everyone for their perspective. I didn't realize how naive I was being, thinking this would work out. I'm going to try to see if some friends can take Maya in for now, and maybe if she can get her own place. I'm going to try to be there for both of them and ask Tia to forgive me for being so short-sighted and stupid. I hope they can eventually work things out, but like people are saying it might just be a stupid pipe dream. I think the best plan is to help get Maya a cheap flat or something nearby, and I'll help out where she needs it. Well, first off, OP's parents suck. Second, thank God that OP is thinking of another way to help Maya that won't hurt Tia. And about you guys? Do you agree with the comments? What would you do if you were OP? Now let's read the update. Oh, are you enjoying the video so far? If so, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. This really helps the channel, so I appreciate it. Now let's go to the update. Update: am I the idiot choosing the golden child over my other sister? I posted last year, trying to help my golden child sister Maya, at the expense of my other sister Tia. I didn't expect so many responses or the hate I got, though I now realize how badly I effed up. While I still think how people wrote about Maya was disgusting and unfair, how I treated Tia was cruel and ignorant. I was trying to help everyone and be practical, but I neglected to properly consider the emotional side. While unintentional, I was just ignoring Tia's pain and trauma. The responses were a wake-up call, and I realized I was just going to ruin everything. While it wasn't meant that way, it would just hurt Tia and ruin our relationship. I managed to convince some friends to let Maya stay with them and looked for a place. Currently, Tia still lives with me, while I found a cheap one-bedroom for Maya. It's been rough financially, but I managed to get everything my sisters need. A few sacrifices don't matter compared to them. Maya needed help adjusting and learning to be independent, so I did have to focus on her initially, and Tia absolutely hated me giving her any attention, so it was extremely difficult at first. But it got a lot better, as Maya adjusted and grew more independent and I could balance my time better. It's not perfect, but we've gotten into a rhythm the best we can. Maya has grown a lot, and can mostly live by herself now, though I obviously still help. Therapy has really helped her and she's made a lot of friends at university. While she still wants Tia's forgiveness, she's accepted it's not in her control and to focus on living her life and improving herself. I'm really happy she's free of our parents' influence. She's nothing like she used to be. Though I do wish I had tried harder when she was younger, rather than giving up. Tia isn't completely happy. I don't think she'll ever forgive Maya. I've done my best to make it clear I love her, and Maya isn't my favorite, but it's been hard. We get joint therapy that helps a lot, but she still wishes it was just us. Still, she's finally able to understand that helping Maya isn't rejecting her. I'm so thankful and lucky Tia could forgive me. She means the world to me. I never intended to hurt her, though I clearly completely screwed up my approach. We basically just avoid the Maya situation, and have managed to get back to normal. She's such a strong woman. I'm honestly so proud of her and so ashamed of how short-sighted I was. As selfish as it is, a part of me will always wish Tia could forgive her. But I know that's impossible and selfish. I don't think Tia will ever fully accept that Maya is a part of my life. The most I'll get is Tia and Maya being in one building for my wedding, but honestly that's enough for me. They're both victims of our parents, so I'm just glad they can both be happy and free. While it's not a fairy tale ending, everything is going well. I'm glad I posted and was able to fix my horrible mistake. I hope Tia is able to get a great job after college and move away. She's doing really well at uni, so I'm certain she'll be able to. I'll support whatever choice she makes, though when she finally gets her own place, I will definitely miss her. She's a lot smarter than me, so she'll definitely go far whatever she chooses. I'm glad you are all in therapy. It can take years to unpack and heal years of mistreatment, so I hope you all can stick with it. Thank you, it definitely helped. If it wasn't for that I would have lost Tia, I think. The therapy really has helped. Maya and Tia have improved so much from back at our parents'. And our therapist helped us accept and understand each other's feelings on this. I'm so glad Tia was willing to let me apologize and try to fix it, and especially get that counseling with me. We actually still go every 2 weeks. Even if the Maya issues are sorted, it's still helpful with everything else and our parents. I understand she was wrong as a child. But this isn't some manipulative plot. She's not a monster. Both of them were victims. And Tia is right to stay away if that's what she needs. But Maya isn't that same girl desperate for our parents' love. She's not lying. She's open about her mistakes, and her growth is real. Her therapist isn't just for show. We did have all that discussion. It's just that I made a decision several weeks after we discussed it. Obviously, it was a horrible decision, but I did try to talk to her. I just was so focused on stopping my parents' abuse and practicality I forgot the emotional aspect. And we have spent months working on it. Right now our only issue is her struggling to accept my engagement, but that's irrelevant to the Maya situation. Might be worth checking if her struggling to accept your engagement isn't actually her struggling to accept that things are changing again already, because she still hasn't accepted the changes that have already occurred. From our therapy session, I think it's kinda that. She's a bit scared she'll lose me to my partner. And she's definitely scared to move out on her own. Luckily, my partner accepts that Tia still needs my support, so it's not an issue. We brought it up last week, and are gonna be working on it the next few sessions. I'm glad things are better with OP and that they are in therapy. And I hope Tia can work on her abandonment issues. It's clear that she is very emotionally dependent on OP, which is no surprise, given her childhood, and he was the one who, quote, saved her. But this could be a problem not only for OP's future marriage, but also for Tia, in her relationships. Also, I'm glad that OP's fiancé is understanding of the situation and supports his decisions. Well, I wish them good luck, and I really hope things get better in the future. And what did you think of this whole situation? Did you like the update? Do you agree with OP's decisions? If not, what would you have done differently? Leave your thoughts down below. And that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.